Hi, I want to talk about one of 2026's horror sensations, Backrooms. I saw the film at the cinema, I admired it, but was left with questions that hampered my enjoyment. So I watched the 24 episode web series called The Backrooms and found the lore I was looking for. The episodes range in length from under 2 minutes to just over 45 minutes. I still have questions, but the film has improved in my mind. Handily, the extended cut was just released, titled Backrooms, Everything Must Go. And that was a great reason to return to the cinema and re-watch Backrooms with this increased knowledge. The extended cut had an additional post-credit scene. Backrooms, the movie, can be distilled down to this. A guy, Clark, played by actor Chiwetel Ejiofor, discovers another dimension, existing in parallel and perhaps overlapping with ours, and that dimension is a uniquely disturbing place. Backrooms is a film that not just uses space to terrifying effect, it creates a new kind of horrific production design. Think when you first experienced the spaceships in Alien. I will be talking about Backrooms generally, the web series and both editions of the film. The film doesn't explain the history, the how of this dimension, the web series does. A company called Async and its scientists in 1982 created a machine that will be used to open a bridge to another dimension. Honing their technology, and after half a dozen attempts, in 1989, Async opens a door to the Backrooms, otherwise known as the Complex. After briefly witnessing unsettling entities just out of camera view, Async builds a fortified beachhead called the Threshold at their entrance to the complex. Scientists and technicians explore the endless labyrinth, and Async realize they have a low-cost solution to the world's dwindling space in relation to population growth. I will call the space as they do, the complex, and use the term Backrooms to refer to the title of the film and web series. As we watch the scientists and technicians move around the complex, frightening occurrences befall them and innocent civilians. Invisible portals start to suddenly open in our world, where people and even a car fall into this new dimension. They find themselves in the hellish complex without any understanding of why they got there, what the place is, and how to escape. One character even time travels into the future. The Backrooms web series finds a myriad of ways to alarm the audience, though I do feel the time jump was unnecessary. Adding a temporal dimension to the spatial dimension was unnecessary. It kind of felt like the kitchen sink was being thrown at the project. The scenario is already distressing enough. It is unclear whether the US government is aware of the complex. Async appears to have opened Pandora's box. Can they shut it? Do they want to? These questions are not yet answered. The rules aren't explained. Maybe in future installments we will find out if the complex is a fixed size or is still growing like an ever-expanding universe. Also, is there a good narrative reason for the time jump? And how does it work? Are there rules as to the opening of doors between dimensions? How are the malevolent entities created, and what do they want? Backrooms the film is set in June 1990, an analogue world. It's amazing how the presence of a mobile phone really neutralizes so many horror plots. Also, the World Wide Web is not yet available to the public, so the research and community tools are not available. Backrooms might have been a horror that relied on its superb premise and the technical skill of the creatives, and had a cannon fodder cast. Instead, we are gifted two fascinating leads who have psychological issues. Clark, the lead or co-lead, owns and manages a discount furniture warehouse. A depressing work environment preparing the audience for somewhere way worse. Clark has anger issues, is an alcoholic, and is whiny. His psychiatrist, Mary, played by actor Renata Rensvier, also has her own issues. Mary's mother had to eventually be hospitalized in a mental health institution, but not before leaving a psychological mark on Mary. Backrooms taps into something so unnerving, to do with our very existence. The complex space is soul-destroying. The clever randomness of the production design is engineered to create maximum discomfort. For example, the repetition with variations, the use of the colour yellow, the fluorescent lighting, enhanced by the music and sound design, all create a formidable uncanniness. I wonder if sales of yellow paint and wallpaper will drop off because of this movie. What I will say about the extra scene after the credits of the Everything Must Go cut is that it goes back to the found footage horror style of the web series and creates a symmetrical bookend for the film. If you're a fan of the show, you'll want to see it. I hope if there's a physical media release of Backrooms, we get the web series included. Director Kane Parsons and his creative team have fashioned something refreshingly scary. How often can that be said? If you want to delve further into the ideas, tone or themes of Backrooms, I have some recommendations for you. Firstly, Dark City, the science fiction horror noir from 1998, makes an entire urban environment a tool of unease. Another sci-fi movie, this time from 2014, called The Signal. I don't want to say too much. The story holds the attention as we try to fathom what is unfolding. Also, Vivarium, starring Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots. It uses being trapped in a mundane space for horror purposes. Next, Aniara, a Swedish sci-fi flick from 2018, looking at a passenger vessel lost in space. The film is notable for the portrayal of those on board slowly losing hope. The first season of TV show Severance. The office space also has a soul-destroying quality. Season 2 underwhelmed for me though. Under the Skin, director Jonathan Glazer's 2013 off-kilter sci-fi horror lives up to its title by getting under your skin. Japanese horror movie Exit 8, also released in UK cinemas this year, uses a location as a central tool of dread. The John Dies at the End novels. I've read the first 3, they're both scary and funny. The first 2 books are excellent. I have the 4th on my shelf ready to read. The movie adaptation was a massive disappointment though. If you get a chance to check them out, I hope you enjoy my recommendations. If you enjoyed my review, feel free to subscribe to my channel and like this video.